As the domestic clubs around Europe start to take a bit of a break, of course, maybe a bit of rest, a bit of recovery, of course, focus also switches back to the international stage. We've got the World Cup qualifiers coming right back at you. I've got the latest ones coming at you next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video today. We look forward to match number 4, part 1 in the European Qualifying campaign for Qatar 2022. And we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new, wave in, smash your subscribe and keep you bang up to date with all things World Cup qualifying related, World Cup itself related, Blackburn Rovers related. Whoa, here, under one roof, boys and girls. Goodness gracious me, it's been a while. Of course, since the last time we did these, we've already had the Euros, we've had the Copa America. Of course, the start of the season has started. But now, focus comes back to the biggest one on earth. That's right. It is Qatar 2022. We'll take a look at that in a minute. Of course, big shout out to the VIPs. Who are they? They are my bloody Patreons. A big love to the channel. Of course, thank you for your support. If you want to become a brother from another mother, become my new best mate for life, check out those links down below, patreon.com/Roversies. Now, what we're going to do today is go back to the last time we were with you, with, of course, match number 3, recap those predictions, and, of course, bring you up to date with the Prediction League as well. Now, these are going to come at you in 2 parts. 4.1 today, 4.2 probably tomorrow. I'll explain as we get into it. So let's get cracking and have a little look then, shall we, of course. So I should turn the clock back to March, of course, to recap these ones. Let's have a little look at them, shall we? Here we go. Jump in the deep end. Kick it all off with some of the recaps there. My picks are going to be on the left. I think the real deal's on the right. Here we go. Azerbaijan against Serbia. And it was a 2-1 win going in favour of Serbia. Of course, Azerbaijan, chief whipping boys perhaps in that division, of course. Meanwhile, Luxembourg against Portugal. Steady Eddie Widdy, a win for Portugal as well. 3-1 win on the day. 3-0 for me, not too shabby there. Belgium ran right against Belarus, of course. 8-0 in the end. 3-0 win was my pick. Wales squeaked past the Czechs. Of course, both of those two nations were involved in Euros. Gibraltar, though, got hammered by the Netherlands, even though it was a good display from the Gibraltars for the first 30 minutes or so, holding them to a blank. But, of course, it ran right at the end. Montenegro against Norway was a 1-0 win for Norway. Got back to winning ways over there. Turkey did drew with Latvia. 6-goal thrill. I went with the 4-0. That was the beginning of the end, I think. For Turkey over the summer. Croatia squeaked past Malta as well, 3-0 win on the night. Russia lost to Slovakia 2-1 again, both those nations involved in Euros. Cyprus beat Slovenia as well, 1-0 as well. So I did it all right there. Was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of 10? Ain't too shabby. Let's take a look at how you guys got on there, shall we? Here is the prediction league for this and this week alone. It's trickling at you. I would have got, what's 8 out of 10, so I would have been up there, boys. I would have been bloody up there. It's taking a sweet ass time, this one. Feel some fire. But I'd have been in the top 10, it looks like. They got 6. There's a 7-pointer. Who's got number 8? I would have been second behind Vangelis. Stroffelu's up there. And Bruno as well makes up the top 3. There's a whole bunch of years with 3 as well. Let's take a look at the leaderboard as well for this stage. We're not including set of 3.2. That'll be tomorrow. So this is the leaderboard for this stage combined with the rest of them. 2.1, 2.2, 2. Whatever. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. But of course, can we just cut to the bloody chase? We need to give this a little bit of a kick up the arse. Take it. But anyway, you can have a little look at your name maybe this time around. There you go. Adam at the moment leads the charge with 47 correct picks. Master Fighter's over there with 43 in game charge as well. I went back and I had to re-look at this because there was some doubles in there. But we cleaned it up and that's the situation at the moment. But still got a lot of games to be had. Of course, a lot of them happening over the next few days. There'll be 6 videos in total. So, there's a good chance you can get in amongst it. Anyway, let's get in. Of course, a lot of these guys might have forgotten all about me. Let's take a look then, of course, at the next round of matches there. Here we go. This is the link you're going to use. It's cut.ly/WC22 Euro. Now that link is a static link, boys and girls. That means for anything related with Euro in the World Cup qualifying campaign, that's the link to have. So 4.1 and 4.2 will both be there. So if you get involved today, tomorrow, or 3 days from now, of course, you might find it actually a little bit stacked up a little bit. I think by the time, if you wait 3 or 4 days, there'll be two sets of prediction stuff that you've got to get involved in. So you've got to scroll down a little bit. So make sure you get involved. You'll see it when you get over there. But anyway, that's the new static link. Again, you can only get involved in the prediction show by using this link. So there it is, all for your leisure. Let's remind ourselves, of course, how we are looking across the board, of course, in Euros, the qualifying campaign. Portugal, Serbia, at the moment, looking good over in Group A. Over in Group B, it's Spain and Sweden dominating. Greece and Georgia got a lot of work to do. Of course, the Euro winners still 100% as well, yet to concede a goal. Italy are up there alongside Switzerland as well. Northern Ireland got a lot of work to do. France running away with it. Ukraine not too far away in Group D. In Group E, it's Belgium and the Czechs at the moment. Wales, though, have still got a game in hand to go at least maybe second. The Danes 100%, then it's Scotland, Israel and Austria in a very tight group there. Again, I think group winners go through. Second place goes to a playoff. Turkey running away with it at the moment. The Dutch has got to work to do. New manager as well over there after a bit of a shit show there. But Montenegro and Norway also in the mix. Meanwhile, Group H, it's Croatia and Russia level on points with 6 apiece. Slovakia and Cyprus also in contention as well. Into Group I, it's England and Hungary at the moment, who are hungry for, of course, a bit of progress. And meanwhile, over in Group J, it's Meanwhile, over in Group J, it's Armenia leading the charge at the moment. North Macedonia are second. Germany are third for the time being, but of course I'm sure with Fleck, or Flicky, whatever his name is, the new manager, will of course try and kick up their asses a little bit and give them a bit of a boost. That's the situation there, but of course we're now going to jump in the deep end. Of course, look forward to match number 4.1. These are the matches that we're going to predict today. Tomorrow we'll have a look at the other ones, of course, and then we'll kick it off further as and when we get them. So here we go then, boys. Let's take a look at it. Luxembourg up against Azerbaijan. They played each other 5 times in 2010, 1 win apiece, 3 draws. The biggest win for Luxembourg over Azerbaijan was a 2-1 win. The biggest win in the other way was a 2-1 win. In fact, Luxembourg scored 4 goals, and so have Azerbaijan over the course of those 5 matches, as of course they head into this one. Of course, last time around in Luxembourg was the 0-0 draw. That was back in November 2020. It was in the Nations League. Last time Azerbaijan won was back in 2010. Heading into this, of course, Luxembourg on the back of a defeat to Scotland, just a 1-0 loss. In fact, back-to-back 1-0 losses, of course, losing to Norway and Scotland, of course. I think they were friendlies, though. They were Euro preparation games. As for Azerbaijan, they came to this on the back of a loss against Moldova. Prior to that, they did beat Belarus as well, so pretty shit shape heading into this. Of course, the situation at the table, Luxembourg are third and Azerbaijan are fifth. I have odds on this one. I have 11-10 for Luxembourg, 11-4 is your Azerbaijan, 21-10 is your draw. I'm actually backing the Luxembourg boys on this one with a 2-1 win to give it a 3 points, to give them a bit of a boost heading into the match number 5 for them, of course. How about the next game? We've got Portugal taking on Republic of Ireland, that's right. Not the greatest start for Republic. I'm pretty sure the 4 times in 1995, 2 wins apiece, no draws. The biggest win for Portugal over Ireland was a 5-1 win. The biggest win in the other way was just a 1-0 win. Heading into this, Portugal are on 50% form without a win in 3. Meanwhile, Ireland coming to this, just 1 win in 6 for them. However, unbeaten in 3. So maybe a bit of a response for them. However, last time picture over in Portugal was a friendly. It was a 5-1 win. Last time picture in competitive action was a 3-0 win for Portugal back in 1995. Heading into this, of course, Portugal on the back of that loss to Belgium. In fact, yeah, they had a terrible back end of the Euros without a win in the last 3. Meanwhile, Ireland coming to us on the back of a draw against Hungary. They beat Andorra, and they also drew with Qatar. Heading into the group, Portugal are top, Ireland are 4th, of course, yet to get going, really. I don't think they have any points. They are, of course, not bottom, but of course close to the matter as well. Look at the odds on this one. We have Portugal coming at you. It's 4-1 on. They are your red hot favourites. 70-4 is your draw, and 14-1 is your Ireland on this one. I don't think Ireland got any chance in this one. 3-0 win, home win as well to the Portuguese. Next up we have Kazakhstan. They're going to be taking on Ukraine in the Eastern European affair. Played each other 5 times in 2004. 4 wins for Ukraine, nothing for Kazakhstan. 1 draw. Through a 3-1 win was the biggest one for Ukraine over Kazakhstan. Heading into this, 1-3, lost 3 of the past 6 games. Meanwhile, Kazakhstan coming to this in 17% form, picking up just a couple of draws in the last 6. Heading into this last time played in Kazakhstan was a 3-1 win for Ukraine. That was back in 2008. It was a World Cup qualifying match. Of course, Kazakhstan coming to this on the back of a bit of a miserable run. Yeah, the only positive was a draw against the Ukraine, and it was in a World Cup qualifying campaign when these two sides last met over in the Ukraine. Of course, heading into this, the Ukraine last match for them competitively was against England in the Euros. They did beat Sweden and also navigated through a difficult group to get through to the knockout stages, but of course we all know how that panned out. The scores or the situation for Ukraine, they are second, Kazakhstan are 5th at the moment. The book is also 30-2 for Kazakhstan, 7-2 is your draw, 5-2 on is your away win. That's Ukraine. That's where I'm going as well, with a 2-1 win for Ukraine on this. Next up we have France up against Bosnia-Herzegovina, of course, over in Group D. That's right. Played each other 5 times in 2004, 3 wins for France, nothing for Bosnia, 2 draws. The biggest win for France over Bosnia was a 2-0 win. They come into 67% form without a win in 3, of course. Just 1 defeat to win 6. Meanwhile, Bosnia coming to without a win in 6. Of course, 25% form, picking up 3 draws in the past 6 games. Last time played each other in France, it was a 1-1 draw back in the Euro qualifying campaign back in 2011. Of course, Bosnia's last match was a 2-0 loss against the Danes. It was a friendly. They also drew with Montenegro Montenegro as well. As for the French, they did lose to the Swiss in penalties. They squeaked past, or they drew with, Portugal in the Euros as well, 2-2. Of course, France come into this in, I think they are in first spot. Bosnia-Herzegovina are actually in fourth right now. Just the 1 point for them so far in the campaign. The bookies odds are 6-1 on is your France, 6-1 on is your long shot, is your draw. 14-1 is your bigger long shot. There's on Bosnia-Herzegovina. I've gone with the 3-1 for the French on this one to take it to the house. Next up we have, of course, one of the surprise packages over in the Euros. It was the Danes. They're going to be taking on Scotland, of course, over in Group F. Of course, played each other 8 times since 1975. Wins for the Scots, 3 for the Danes, no draws. The biggest win for the Danes over the Scots was a 1-0 win. The biggest win the other way was a 3-0 win. Sorry, 3-1 win. Scotland headed into this just 50% form for them, without a win in 3 though. Meanwhile, the Danes also in 50% form, winning 3 and losing 3 heading into this. Of course, last time played each other over in Denmark. It was a 1-0 win back in 2004. It was a friendly. However, they also played in 2006 in Scotland. It was actually back-to-back wins for Scotland over Danes in friendlies though. Heading into this, of course, Denmark are top at the moment with 9 points out of 9. Scotland are in second, breathing down the next a little bit. Of course, a win here would give them a big old boost. The odds for them for this one is 9-4 on is your Denmark. They are your red hot favourite. 60-5 is your draw. 30-2 is your away win. That's Scotland on this one. I'm going to go with Danes on this one, even though my heart is Scottish. But I think they will lose this one. Faroe Islands up against Israel. Let's get into this one. Of course, also, these matches are taking place on Wednesday, the 1st of September. I played each other 2 times in 2005. We have 2 wins out of 2 for Israel over Faroe Islands. Biggest win was the 2-0 win. Heading into this, of course, last time I played each other in the Faroes was, in fact, that 2-0 win in a World Cup qualifying match back in 2005. Of course, the Faroes head into this in 5th. Israel are in 3rd. Bookies odds on this one we have 50-2 is your Faroes, 10-3 is your 5-2-1 is your Israel on this one. Going to go with Israel as well on the road. Not big, but just enough to get the 3 points. Moldova taking on roll over Moldova. They're going to be taking on Austria. That's right, also on the same match day. They've played each other 6 times since 2002. 5 wins for Austria, 1 win for Moldova, and there's been no draws. Of course, this is in Group F. The biggest win, the only win for Moldova over Austria was a 1-0 win. The biggest win in the way was a 2-0 win for Austria. That's right. Of course, heading into the last time pressure in Moldova was a 1-0 win. It was a World Cup qualifying match back in 2017. Austria actually 3 matches unbeaten against Moldova. In fact, it could be more than that, but haven't conceded a goal in those 3. Heading into this, of course, Austria are in 4th, Moldova in 6th. Austria got a bit of work to do over in Group F. Look at the odds on this one though. It will go their way. I'm pretty sure 14-1 is your Moldova, 5-1 is your draw, 5-1 on is your Austria on this. I'm going with a 3-1 win for Austria on the road. No questions asked. Latvia though up against Gibraltar makes it a little bit of a difficult one to call this. They play each other 2 times 2016, 1 win apiece. Of course, this is in Group G. Gibraltar coming to 17% form without a win in 6. Meanwhile, just 1 win in 6. That is for Latvia at the moment heading into this. Last time played each other over in, it was actually in Gibraltar. It was a 1-0 win for Gibraltar. However, they also played each other in Gibraltar a couple of years back. It was a 5-0 win for Latvia. Heading into this, of course, what are we looking at? Of course, Latvia in 5th, Gibraltar in 6th. Of course, Gibraltar yet to get going. Scored just the 1 goal so far in the campaign. Meanwhile, Latvia up to 1 point in 5th as well. Bookies odds on this one probably will go with Latvia on this one. 92 on is your favourites, 90-4 is your draw, 12-1 is your Gibraltar on this. Gone with Latvia on this one? Yes, I have. 1-0 in the end. It's the battle of the ends. That's right. It's Norway against Netherlands. Of course, it could go either way, this game. Played the 4 times since 1994. No wins for Norway. 3 wins for the Netherlands. Of course, the returning Louis van Gaal, 1 draw. It's over in Group G. Of course, the biggest win for the Netherlands over Norway was a 3-0 win. Of course, last time I played over in Norway was a 1-0 win. In fact, in the back 3 games, they've yet to concede a goal against Norway. That stretches it all the way back to 1995. Heading into this, though, Norway are in 4th. The Netherlands are in 2nd. Bookies odds on this one. What do we have on the bookies odds? We have 50-4 is your Norway, 6-4 on is your Netherlands, 3-1 is your draw. The Netherlands are your favourites. Louis van Gaal is there. I've gone with a 2-2 draw. That's right. Turkey take on Montenegro though. Also on this match day, of course, over in what group is this one? Group G. That's right. Played each other 2 times since 2016. 1 win for Turkey, nothing for Montenegro, 1 draw. That one and only win was a 1-0 win, and that one and only win was back in 2016 in Turkey, and that was the one and only time they've played in Turkey. Heading into this, of course, Turkey are top of the pops. Remember, 7 points out of a respectable 9. Montenegro down to 3rd, and 6 points over a respectable 9. So these 2 sides not too far away either. 50-8 on is your Turkey, 65 is your draw, 5-1 is your long shots. That's Montenegro. Of course, Turkey came with a lot of hope in the Euros, but of course they were pretty shit in the end. They'll bounce back here with a 3-0 win at home. Probably fans in the stands. Malta take on Uai is Cyprus in a Mediterranean crunch clash. I'm trying to find the odds on this one, but I've got it. They'll be locking odds over in Group H. Of course, played each other 2 times in 2002. 2 wins for Cyprus, nothing for Malta. No draws, of course. The biggest this win, the only win. In fact, yeah, it's a 2-1 win, of course, and that was, of course, back in Malta, 2003. Of course, heading into this, of course, Malta are down into 6th right now, bottom of the pops, just a 1 point so far. Meanwhile, Cyprus up to 4th over in this respectable group. 10-3 is your Malta, 11-10 on is your Cyprus, 9-4 is your draw. I'm going to go with a 1-0 win on the road for Cyprus. Yes, I am. What about you? I might put some money on this one. This one is going with the bookies. Next up, we'll go Russia up against Croatia. These two sides have been playing each other quite regularly over the past few years, but it's been actually just the 4 times 2006. 2 was with Croatia, nothing for Russia. 2 draws, of course. Last time around over in Russia was a 4-3 win, going in favour of Croatia. It was a World Cup knockout match back in 2008. And that's right, of course, it was over in Russia. Heading into this, of course, Russia coming into the back off that loss against the Danes. They had a pretty pooey Euros, didn't they? Just the 1 win for them. As for Croatia, they made it to the round of 16, got knocked out by Spain heading into this as well. Situation at the table. Croatia are top on goal difference. Of course, Russia are second on goal difference as well. So they're very fine margins between two sides. 11-5 is your Russia, 9-4 is your draw, 5-4 is your Croatia. They are your favourites on the road. But I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw on this one. And then Battle of the BSs on the end. Not the BSs, but the Battle of the S's. It's Slovenia taking on Slovakia, of course, over in Group H. That's right. The picture of the 5 times 2004, 3 wins for Slovenia, 1 was for Slovakia, and 1 draw, of course. Last time picture that in Slovenia was a 2-2 win for Slovenia. That was back in 2009 World Cup qualifying campaign as well. Heading into this, of course, Slovenia were not involved in the Euros. However, Slovakia were. Of course, Slovenia did beat Gibraltar in a friendly. They also drew with North Macedonia back in June. As for Slovakia, they did all right, didn't they? Surprised a couple of us with a win against the Poles. Of course, narrow loss against the Swedes, and of course, thumped by Spain in the end. And coming into this, of course, Slovakia third, Slovenia are 5th. At the moment, the bookies are 30-10 for Slovenia, 9-4 is your draw, 21-10 is your away win. That is Slovakia. My picks for this one, going to go with a draw on this as well. Cannot separate two sides. Can you let me know your thoughts and opinions, of course, down below. As of course, if you want to enter the Prediction League, you've got to use the link, which is right here. It is Prediction League, Cutley/WC22 Euro baby. That's right, not the baby, but you know what I mean. That's it. Get involved if you want to be in amongst the predictions. That's it. Of course, we'll be back for number 4.2 tomorrow. Hopefully, you'll look forward to that as well. And of course, make sure you check out the other World Cup prediction videos across the world. We're going Asia, we're going Africa, we're going Americas, and of course, I think that's about it. But anyway, give the video some love. Smash your thumbs up. Smash your subscribe, boys. We're trying to get up to 25,000 subscribers. Can we do it? Can this do it? Can these World Cup qualifiers get us over the line? But anyway, give the video some love. See you soon for the next one, whatever that is. Until then, be safe and enjoy the show.